Denne video blev lavet før Borte Peterlind blev rig, kendt og udødelig.
Let's do this book. But before we start, let me make a tea and you watch this drone footage. Okay, this vlog is number 2 out of the series how to publish a photo book or how am I publishing a photo book. In the last vlog I showed you the format of the book and the quality of the printing how we will do. It's duotone with Pantone colors. The format will be something like that, which is 21 by 16.5 centimeters. And the book will be about my project Father's Tale. The first step of making a photo book by Topshit doctrine is still ideas. Have you read a book, Still Like an Artist? I was in Paris at Odile's flat and that book she had in her bathroom. And you know, I read a book. I said, well, I'm an artist, so I stole it. Hey, it's Topshit! I'm just joking. But seriously, if you start a project, whatever project, pick reference. Go through the history of photography from your collection or from your friend's collection and look at the books that you like. Look at the books that they feel good. This book started actually by seeing the book of my friend Jože Suchodolnik when he printed, and I really liked it. I got the quote how much printing costs, and that's how actually I decided to go for it. The plan for today is to make a selection of this salad photo editing. In my opinion, the most important question that you need to answer before you start photo editing is what will be the premise of your photo editing? What will be the key of your photo editing? This is a classical photo book. It's very traditional in its sense of photo editing. Every page is like a photo on the wall. Like every page is like a solo. Like here and there, yeah, okay. Those two pages are together just because they're vertical and they're talking about the same thing. You know what I mean? Okay, here actually there is one page that this book is actually going crazy, like with this, and then open it, and here it is. That's very beautiful. I'm aiming more towards this sequence of images, then boring one by one by one by one by one, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 photograph. But hey, there's nothing wrong with this kind of classical photo editing book. I mean, if I'm honest, these are one of my favorite books. You know, John Demos, he's one of my favorite photographers. He made this book is really classic. I love it. And of course, who doesn't love Saga? Actually, if I'm honest, I really don't like his last project, Genesis. It's great as a movie, it's great as a story, but photo exhibition. The books that I like from graphic design point of view are kind of like a picture series. Graphic designer Botas, he really, if I'm honest, from photography point of view, I really don't like this book. But from graphic design, is really cool. Look, the Botas, the designer, he went with layering like a yellow channel from the photo, or you know, this is like about punk concert and punk band. That. Okay, I admit, I'm not Botas. Botas is amazing graphic designer. I'm not a graphic designer at all. That said, I don't want to have like a classical 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 book like Salgado did. Like it was done in 90s, you know. And I'm not able to do it like Botas did, with amazing graphic design and interventions. So my reference, like the closest that I can get, is the book that I really love. It's one of my favorite books, Raise a Laugh by Richard Billigan. If you're interested in photo books, this is a classic. The story of this book is actually very simple. It's about dysfunctional family, and Richard Billigan, photographer, is living in the middle of it. He's the son of a father who is alcoholic and mother who is not the kindest person in the world. They're living in this chaos where cats are flying, are hiding, dogs are fighting. There is so much violence. His brother went for adoption at some point. And this sad story, you know, it's cut by a photo of a nature. Like, why nature? I remember first time that I've seen it, I said, why is that? And then I realized this is actually how Richard Billigan is actually keeping his world sane, how he's keeping these photographs of a nature are actually photographs of escape from this chaos. Okay, remember, Topshit premise is steal like an artist. So what I'm about to steal from this book. You saw these images of amazing graphic violence. Amazing graphic violence, and then in the middle of it is a photo of a nature. And that's why these images are so artificial in this book full of violence. But that actually just increases, amplifies the whole message of the book. This recipe from this book is stolen. This book is very important for what I'm about to do. This book, Strange Friends, was made by my friend Bojan Brica. And so basically he was a photojournalist, he traveled around the world many times. And he made this book. What I like about it is that the two different images are working together. But they're working together not in the sense of content, but in the sense of shapes and forms. And some photos are totally opposite. From the chaos of Manhattan to virgin forest of Europe. From Neil Sudan to Denver. From this book I'm stealing how to place images together. It could be very playful, it could be very creative. Here I have 3 versions of the book. 13, 14, 15. Now it's almost 2018 and I think is a good time to make another version. But before we do another version of the book, I want to review my last version of the book, and I want to tell you why some things I think are well done and some things not so well. So the concept is really important. These images speak of the fears and delights I experience as a father. Okay, 2 things. Fears and delights, being a father. So, I started the book with a family photo, and then I went with every parent has the most beautiful child in the world. That's the fact. But as an artist, as a photographer, this is a trap. If I want to photograph them, you know, how beautiful they are, I will actually fail. So this is how. Like, first chapter is about delights. You know, I'm playing with them. I'm being part of I'm playing a part in their game. But here is like a haunting image. And from here on, also graphic design changed. You see, the images are full bleed, and they're like, obviously, this is a chapter dealing with fear. I love this photo. You have no idea what it is. I think it was like an animal here in a zoo, and it jumped. I don't know. It's just like this is an animal. Anyway, you don't know what it is, and actually, it's pretty cool. Yeah. You see, these images are much more haunting, much more dark, much more pessimistic. And that's how it ends with my self-portrait as Roman god Janus, the guardian of passages. Okay, let's talk about this book. I love the cover. The cover stays. The first photo stays. And what I don't like, and okay, these are very beautiful girls, of course. It's kind of slowly, I don't like because the start is pretty slow. You know what I mean? It's pretty slow, you know. It should be from this to bang bang, you know, kind of, yeah, they're beautiful, so what? You know what I mean? It's a little bit too slow. Photographically, these images are innovative, you know, are caught you by surprise. What is this? Yeah, of course. Now you see it. But just imagine that you open a book and just imagine this. From here, from family photo to pop. You know, it's much more confusing. What is this? First correction of this book is that the beginning has to be much stronger. You know, I was very fortunate. I had really great teachers. I was studying photography all over the world, and one of them, Erwin Chladnik, is amazing writer and journalist, and I enrolled the course of storytelling, or actually how to write a story. and he told me one thing that I will never forget. Every story should be shaped in a form of Scorpio. Wait. What I've learned is that every story has to begin with a claws, you know, like something to grab a viewer with both hands, with both claws, and then bringing it together, you know. And there's like a chapters, the content, and at the very end, the story finishes with a sting. You know, sting that the viewer remembers after he closes the book or stop reading the article, he remembers the story. So that's my plan, to start with claws and finish with a sting. Fair enough? If you do photo editing of the book, it's very important to have a big table and small pictures. Something like... Okay, these are the photos, and I set them in a few categories. One are moody image pictures, like this, this. And then there are pictures when Brina and Lučka are together. And this is a section of Brina. Section of Lučka. And now here are kind of landscape moody pictures. In photo editing, workflow is really important. Here I have the table with all my images, and here I have the table on which I will set up the pairs, the sequence of the image. Because in the past I made 3 edits already, I know how the book will start and how it will end. It will start with this image and it will finish with these 2 images. These 2 images. Last year we separated with my wife. But this book is not about remorse or my marriage or whatever. It's about my kids and about being a parent with fears and also delights. This is the beginning and this is the end. Probably there will be 2 separate pages. One before last and last. Okay, if you remember my plan to have a Scorpio, we have to find claws. So we have to find really strong image after the first one. I think this one is amazing. It's really mysterious. I bet you watching this video, you don't even know what it is. It's great, isn't it? Yeah, I think this one, maybe a pair, followed by this too. Because imagine the first picture, and then the second really mysterious, and the third, what is this? Oh, it's a foot, and then this little girl hanging on this big beautiful tree. You know, the line going there. I think this is good pair. So first and second page, third and fourth, fifth and sixth. And only now a strong image of my daughters come in. This one and this one. Okay, the beginning, the introduction is finished. Let's go. So, introduction. I love this Brina crying, you know, everybody's posing, but Brina is crying on the edge. Okay, so then this one is interesting, but then we have 2 very mysterious pages. So this is page number 3 and 4. And this is number 4 and 5. Okay, so these two are claws of the Scorpio. This kind of like grab your attention. They're visually very interesting, but they're not revealing much. Okay, then we continue with introducing two girls. Of course, they're beautiful. And now we are introducing Luchka. This will be a blank page and Luchka. And then two images together on a spread. You see this, they're hugging. And then Brina in a kind of Caesar, I have a Caesar posture. And here she won a race, of course. Anyway, the same kind of posture. Another like blank page, and then Brina, like a portrait. And we are finishing this chapter, this introduction, with a landscape image. You see, this is the key formula how I will place the pictures together. You see, this is the shape of their bodies is very, very close, very, very similar. Of course, it's total different situation. Also here. But it's kind of like resembles, right? It has like a good vibrations together. And then it like flicks. And then it jumps to the nature, you know. So this is the rhythm that I'm trying to establish here, like introductory, very enigmatic, introducing to the main characters, introducing again. But you see this is like the eyes are the key thing here, and then and then I'm playing around with two pairs. Solo and a nature. And if we go single photo on a double spread, single photo, double spread, a pair in a double spread, single, double, single, double, double, single, spread. This would be over 2 pages. Okay, that's it for this week. I have so much work to do. I have to end this vlog. Sorry. But next week I'm going to show you my finished edit, and then I will discuss what I like, which one parts I really like, which I don't. And please, if you can comment, it will be cool. Next week I will also talk about how I'm preparing my photographs for Pantone duotone printing. Next week I should have already the test prints, like from printing house. And then, you can buy this book as a pre-order. Just follow this link.